so sorry again if the video is too dark. I just want to show you an item. This is probably the best bookish purchase that I had in my life, except for Kindle. I love you, Kindle. So I got this from Shopee, and I have a link below if you're interested, or if you want your own book light. This is such a cute light. You know, I was thinking of getting the book lamp or the clip lamp for the books when you are reading in the dark, because my challenge currently is I only have the time to read more before sleep, and Nemo is sleeping beside me, so I don't need bright lights. It won't help for Nemo. So ending, I always read on my Kindle, so I don't have any movements or reading progress on my physical books. Kaya I purchased this book light. Yeah, I was mentioning I was supposed to get the lamp or the clip one, but it's too bright. But this one is such a good, better light. So this is basically a panel, and it's a plastic panel. Medyo scratchy siya, prone to scratches, but it's still working. I just unpacked this last night, but look at these scratches that it's already gotten. So, kamusta? I thought there is some sheet or protective sheet, pero there's none apparently. But it's still working well. It's super great. Girls, look at that. It's like my book is kind of a magical item. It also works as a bookmark and a magical bookmark, if I may say. And when you open the book, it's like may seem too bright on cam, but it's just bright enough in real life, and it's malinaw actually. You won't notice the scratches when you're using it. Yun lang. Let's go back to the normal light. I just finished editing, and I actually scheduled already the vlog for my TBR for the 52 book club challenge for 2022, and that will be the first episode for a series dedicated for that challenge. But I can't go to that list yet because I have pending reads for book clubs, and that will be my priorities this weekend. So what are we reading? One of my current reads is The Stolen Tongues by Felix Blackwell. This is the scariest horror book that I've read in my entire life. Yes, it's possible that I don't have enough horror books that I've already read, but this is so far the scariest book that I've picked up. The story actually originated from a Reddit sharer, and that makes it even more scary because I thought that this happened in real life. But if you check, this is a work of fiction, so maybe there are some alterations, or maybe inspired by real life, or maybe just a story or scary story that was shared in a forum. This follows the story of Felix and his fiancée in a romantic cabin getaway. High up on the windswept cliffs of Pale Peak, Kay and Felix celebrate their new engagement. But soon a chorus of ghastly noises erupts from the nearby woods. The screams of animals, cries of children, and the mad babble of 100 mournful voices. A dark figure looms near the windows in the dead of the night, whispering to Faye. As the weather turns deadly, Felix discovers that his terrified fiancée isn't just mumbling in her sleep, she's whispering back. Ooh, it was also mentioned on Goodreads that it is originally a contest-winning story on Reddit horror community No Sleep. Stolen Tongues has received widespread acclaim and is now being adapted into a feature film. I need to. The next book that I am trying to finish is The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. This was mentioned already in enough of my vlogs. I think this will be the third or fourth vlog that I will be mentioning this, and I need to finish it already. It's not that it's not interesting, It's super interesting. I love taking notes on it. I love commenting on it. I love tabbing it, as you can see. But I just don't have the time to pick up a physical book yet. And I've been reading too much with my Kindle in the past few days. So I need to finish this. I will finish this weekend. And if you're not yet familiar with the book, this follows Zachary, and Zachary is a bookworm. He loves reading, although he is just borrowing these books from the library. And one day he just thought, okay, I'll just read more books from unknown authors. And one of the books that caught his attention is The Sweet Sorrows, and it has no mentioned authors. There's no acknowledgements. There's no other parts of the book except for the text itself, or the story or the novel itself. So it's kind of interesting to him. And Sweet Sorrows is basically a magical book that mentions, or that tells the story exactly of Zachary's life, or not the whole life but parts of his life, but super accurate. So that made it more interesting, at least for Zachary, and also scary, kind of creepy. Still, Zachary is curious so far at this part of the book, and I can't wait to know what will happen next. Another book that I am supposed to be finishing ASAP, Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. I know I've been raving about Gillian Flynn, and I am collecting her books. I think I've mentioned it in some of my vlogs that I want to collect Gillian Flynn books, but this one is, I don't know how to describe it, but it's not super catchy in the first few pages. But to be honest, to be fair, I'm still on page 12. I remember I stopped at page 6, and now I stopped at page 12. So you know how much bored I am about this book. Although I know this is a good story, it was adapted to film, it is loved by many, so I am looking forward to reading this, or reading more of this. Maybe this is just myself getting bored at the first few chapters. Usually I feel that way. So, and the second to the last book that I should be prioritizing this weekend is The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager. This is the second book of the month for Thrill Seekers Club, and I have no progress on this book. I haven't started it yet. I have no updates on this book. I don't know what it is about, but my book buddies is apparently almost finished. Some of them are done, and I don't know if I can join the discussion anyways. But another book that I am supposed to be finishing is 1984 by George Orwell. This is a buddy read with my girls from the same club, but we are trying to read more Rory Gilmore inspired reading list, and this is our first book, to be honest. So can I make a series on that as well? I'm not sure yet. Let's see after 1984. So that's the list of the books that I am reading this weekend. So gutom na ako. Can we just talk about my disappointments for a minute or two? Let me cheer myself up. I was super hyped. I was super excited about this book My expectations were like this high, and when I'm finished reading it, it didn't drop my expectations, but I was thrown out the window. I'm maybe overreacting, but I don't want to be happy when I finish this book. This is a horror book, and I want to be scared the whole time. I want the story to be embedded and carved into my brain and heart. But the author decided to make it a fairy tale and give us a happy ending. Am I a bad person if I don't like happy endings for a horror book? I'm sorry, but this is a horror story. This should be a scary story. This should make you stay awake at night, scared at being alone in the house, scared at taking vacations. I don't know. I gave it a 3. I enjoyed the 90% of the book, so 3.5, the maximum I could give. Yeah, so that's that, and it's already Sunday night. I'm still this far. I have how many books that I shared to you that I plan to finish by the weekend, or by at least next weekend. This is the second book so far. This is Starless Sea, and I don't want to start reading another book or other books before finishing this. I want to finish this first before we move on. I want to tab everything. I want to take notes on everything. I want to comment on everything. So that's why I've been having a longer time reading this book. And of course, I need to finish these books right now. It's already Monday tomorrow, so I won't have any more time to read books because I will be committed to work already, and Nemo will be having mock classes at night starting tomorrow, Monday. So maybe I could finish this book in this vlog. Let's see. But for the next book, I will be having another vlog, and I need to finish this list vlog. So see you whenever. Hindi pwede sa'yo? Hindi pwede sa'yo? Just this morning, I already received 3 phishing emails. And it's just 10 a.m. in the morning. So that's what, 2 hours, 2 working hours pa lang, and I already received 3 phishing emails. I actually received these kinds of emails both on my personal email and my work emails. It's not very surprising considering the work that I do. Although it's very alarming because they're getting better and better at creating these phishing websites, and even the email body and email address almost look like legit. And it's alarming because I'm already an auditor, I'm a compliance officer, risk officer, but sometimes it also confuses me, and it also makes me question or almost taking the bait. What more if a person who doesn't know or who is not familiar or aware of these phishing techniques? Anyways, I'm halfway through the Starless Sea, and as you can see, I already have divided the pages. I have marked the books, the 6 books of within this book, and I feel like I already have my next favorite book in my hands right now. This also confirms that magical realism is indeed my favorite genre. So as you know, I don't read blurbs. I don't read even the back page of the back cover of the book. I don't read those. I don't read reviews before I dive in. Although I read them during or in the middle, or when I'm already in the middle of the book. Because sometimes it makes me, validate myself or my feelings or my thoughts about the book. So I read some reviews on Goodreads and also on YouTube as well. And apparently there are many people who didn't like this book. I mean, why? I understand that this is not a book for everybody. Magical realism is not for everybody. And 30 minutes ago, I was thinking of how to say what I feel about this book, but words are not coming out of my mouth right now. There's a part of this book that I want to share in this vlog. A book is an interpretation. You want the place to be like it was in the book, but it's not a place in a book. It's just words. The place in your imagination is where you want to go, and that place is imaginary. You could write endless pages, but the words will never be the place. Besides, that's what it was, not what it is. And actually, many quotes or many parts of the book already are making me jealous of how Erin Morgenstern writes her stories. I mean, girl. I love that there are a lot of stories within the book, within the stories, and I love how they are threaded into each other. I mean, in a deeper thought or deeper analysis, you will notice the connection or relation of the stories to each. And it's just so good. I mean, I have no exact words about it. I would love to share with you the notes that I have written on the book or on the post-it notes. As much as possible, I want to interact with the story. I want to interact with the characters. I would want to immerse myself instead and be part of the story. That is what this book makes me feel. If you have a mind or imagination wide enough to create different worlds in one universe, I would recommend this book. This is super nice. It's just sad though that the book mentions are already fading away because we're now focusing on the stories of the books, the 6 books that we are mentioning here. And I will link below my page on Notion because I love my Starless Sea page on Notion. I would love to share that page with you guys, and you can comment there as well if you'd like. So that's where I am now. I need to work for a while and finish the book hopefully today. Can I? Or at least by tomorrow. So yeah. I finally finished reading Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern, and I ended up giving it a 4.5, and it's actually surprising that I rated it higher. Excuse me. I rated it higher, 0.5 higher than the 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel Garcia Marquez, which is my favorite magical realism book so far. So here's my new one. And maybe because this is a much more modern take and more fantasy-like take of at least one of the messages that we are looking at or we are hoping for from a magical realism book. It's interesting though, because if you look at the tabs here, as you know, I have color-coded my tabs already. Blues and greens are quotes, so obviously they have the most number of tabs or colors here. If you can see, I'm not sure if you can differentiate, but there are a lot more orange in the first half of the book dito, because this is still set in the real life or the world as we know it right now. So there are references and book mentions. Actually, the orange are book mentions, and the whatever's happening in this part of the book we still can relate to. There's no magic yet. And then here at the second half of the book, where we already got more introductions of characters, more twists, more stories. And as you know, Starless Sea has 6 books within a book, and there are a lot of stories within a story, and that's probably why I have this number of tabs. This is honestly a difficult book to describe because it is not just one story. It doesn't have a solid plot because there are a lot of stories in here. But the bigger picture though is, or the main story that we are following is obviously the Starless Sea and the world of the Starless Sea and the characters that are important, or the roles that are important to the Starless Sea and the bees. I wish we have these bees in real life because I hear they cook well. The writing is superb. It is both vivid, poetic, symbolic. So yeah, if you love adventure, if you love symbols, if you love interpreting symbols and words and stories, if you want a bit of kilig and also poetic writing, you will enjoy this book. So yeah, I think this vlog is already long enough, and I will be cutting it here, and we'll be posting a part 2 of this reading vlog as well next week, hopefully. Let's see. So that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and see you when I see you.
I'll give you ukulele lessons Monday mornings if you're free. We can go to wherever we like, there's so much out there to see.